Richard, to be fair, as we were talking about, it doesn't really feel like the markets have much conviction either. Although I will say, given that we managed to have the bombshell from President Trump on Friday and yet markets not really moved too significantly, is the, I guess, momentum still with investors that want to hold on to their long positions?
I think so. I mean, I say I've got no convictions. I am cautious, but I am holding on to equities. I think equities look like the asset of the future. You know, if we do get inflation, it'll be good. If we do see a lot of this money, this liquidity stimulus go into the stock market, it'll be good for equities. So I think equities, in a sense, are the new gold, and I'm quite comfortable with that.
Equities are the new gold. That's our quote right there. But Richard, in terms of these latest developments of President Trump pushing back stimulus package negotiations until after the election, is this does this move the needle for you at all, or does it, in a kind of perverse way, at least give us some certainty that we don't need to worry about the to and fro in these talks until after the election? Yeah,
I think, Heidi, you've got it exactly right. I think really the stimulus package is going to go ahead. There's no doubt about that. Whether it's 1.6 trillion or 2.2 trillion, it's an enormous amount of money. And in a sense, it doesn't really matter where it's directed. I think the market knows it's going to happen. The market may be slightly disappointed that it's not happening sooner. But on the other hand, they know it's going to happen. To my mind, it seems like an odd decision by President Trump to throw his toys out of the pram, because in a sense, you would have thought that Nancy Pelosi would be the one wanting to do that. After all, the election's quite soon. You know, why not take the bet that maybe you're going to get the White House and Congress all in one in November, at which point you can do what you like. So that, I think, is interesting. The other interesting thing is that what Trump has basically said is, OK, I'm not going to negotiate on the budget, but the Supreme Court justice is going to go through. I think he's kind of figuring, you know, what's really, really important to me and to the Republicans, and it's the Supreme Court over the stimulus bill.
But for the markets, what's been really important has been the potential of more stimulus measures, right? So our question of the day right now asking, how far will the S&P 500 fall without another stimulus package? And consequently, I want to add, what will happen to Asian markets then?
Well, it's a little bit like a skydiver, isn't it? You know, you jump out of a plane and you fall at terminal velocity, then you pull your parachute. I think the market knows that that parachute is out there ready to be pulled. Otherwise, instead of falling maybe 1.5% last night, it would have fallen 5% and more. So I don't think we're at that critical phase yet. There is clearly a tussle between more liquidity and the onset of a recession, worries about more unemployment, worries about big structural changes in the economy that have to happen sooner or later. But at the moment, I think the liquidity story is up front, in front of people's faces, and that's really what the market's looking at.